All right. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of this data analytics with career guidance class. So today, what I'll be teaching you is from today, we'll start MS Excel. So what we'll do is we'll understand first from the basic, because I've seen, many of them actually messaged, many of them actually wants to know from the basics. So what we'll do is from today, we'll start Excel, but today we'll understand about the background of Excel, and then we'll understand about the screen layout, and then I'll tell you how actually you can master Excel in a very simple way. Okay. All right. So let me show you the topic for today. The topic for today is Introduction to MS Excel. Then we'll learn about the screen layout, and then we'll try to explore the Excel options available. If anybody of you who is already, experienced and who know all these things, please attend this, because there are few unexplored topics as well. So you can gain some knowledge. Okay. But please understand, there are some people who doesn't know anything. So those kind of people are also there. So let's uh, give some knowledge for these people also, so that they'll learn from scratch. Okay. Let me minimize the PPT, and then I'll take a notepad. And this notepad, I'll be sharing it with you people so that it will be easy for you to understand. First, let's understand the background of Excel. Okay. See, whenever you want to install MS Excel, or you want to get MS Excel, you won't get that just as one separate application. So we get that as a package, that is MS Office package. Try to understand this. There is something called as MS Office package. In this MS Office package, we have a various applications. In that, I will name few important ones. That is MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint. Then we have MS Access, MS Outlook. Now, if you see, these are the applications what we have in MS Office package. Now, I've seen many people actually, they work on all these applications, but they don't speak technically. When I say they don't speak technically, that is, they say it's Word file or Excel file or PowerPoint file, Access file or Outlook file, so something like this. If you see, for each application, there is a name for the files what we actually create. So what is that? So we should speak in that kind of language. We should speak technically. So I'll tell you, for Word, okay, we call it as document. When you say document, that means it is clearly understood that it is MS Word. For Excel, we call it as workbook. When I call it as workbook, that means it is very clear that it is Excel file. PowerPoint, we call it as presentation. Then MS Access, we call it as database. And for Outlook, we call it as mail. So mail. Now, why are these applications called in this manner? I'll tell you. These applications are developed for certain tasks, or to work on something which is relevant to some subjects, or say for some task. So what is that? Say, I want to prepare a document. I want to prepare one documentation. Then I'll be using this Word. You would have seen we use this MS Word for getting some notes or preparing a profile, resume, or some books or something. Then we use this MS Word. That is, this MS Word is actually used for documentations. Well, let me just make a note of it as well. The purpose of using MS Word is documentation. All right. Then what is the use of MS Excel? MS Excel is actually used for storing the data. It can actually analyze the data. We can create reports. We can do the calculations. We can create pivot tables. We can summarize the data. So many things actually we can do. Let's take it as analyzing and report generation. And there are so many other things I'll discuss, because anyways, we are discussing about MS Excel. So we'll discuss in detail after this topic. PowerPoint. If you want to prepare some presentation, like We want some animations to be done. We want to collect some topics, and then you want to present it. Then I'll be using this PowerPoint. So it is very important that there are some applications which are actually used for different tasks. Now, if you see, PowerPoint is actually used for presentation. Let's say this is for presentation. So the purpose of using this PowerPoint is to create presentation. Then what is the purpose of using this MS Access? This is actually used for storing the data. So in the previous session, we actually discussed about we want to store the data. So if you want to store the data, we need some application. The applications are MS Access, SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, something like this. So if you want to store the data somewhere, then we'll be using this MS Access, that is database. Suppose if you think I want to mail, okay, I want to send a mail, then I'll be using this Outlook. There are so many. You have Gmail, you have Hotmail. There are so many mailing softwares. In that, MS Outlook is also one of them. So this is to mail, send email. Let's say send email. All right. So we understood the MS Office application. We understood what are the different applications we have in MS Office package. Now we are learning this MS Excel. So we'll concentrate more on this particular application. Okay. All right. Now let's say MS Excel. The purpose of using this MS Excel is analyzing data. We call it as analyzing data. Let me change this. Analyzing data and report generation. There are so many other things as well. Most of the people have that question mark saying that why many of the companies use Excel. I'll tell you, Excel is a very important application or tool because there are so many advantages in this. What is that? Let me tell you. This MS Office application is actually called a spreadsheet. Now let's understand what is a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is an application. I'm not talking only about MS Excel. Spreadsheet is an application which can store the data, which helps in storing the data. Next, performing calculation. We can write some formulas, we can do some calculation and get the results. Create reports. When I say create reports, that is, we can create graphs and charts. Next, we can analyze the data. We can keep this here, not going with the hierarchy. These are some of the tasks what we can actually do in a spreadsheet. If you see, MS Excel application can do all these things. Along with that, it can also be used for documenting. Documentation also can be done here. How? I've seen many people preparing their profile or say resume in MS Excel. Or there are sometimes I've seen there are some documentations or say some project reports have been created in MS Excel because it is easy to points create the details in points, and if you want to filter something, give some links and all, MS Excel will be very easy. So some people actually prefer documenting, but it is not recommended. For me, if you ask, I don't prefer going to this Excel for documenting, but still it can be used. We can create presentation. You might be thinking, how can we actually create presentation in MS Excel? See, I'll tell you. When I say presentation, I'm not talking about the animations. I'm talking about the dashboards, the templates, the graphs, what we create. Whatever we are doing in PowerPoint, we can do the same thing in MS Excel as well, provided, we cannot do that animation things like that, but we can actually have some, say, hyperlinks, creating some beautiful dashboards, meaningful dashboards, dynamic dashboards, also interactive dashboards, which even PowerPoint can, may not be able to do that, because PowerPoint is what? It's all about presenting the information in something, visually. That is, we create some charts or say images, we put some animations and things like that. But in Excel, we can actually create dynamic dashboards, interactive dashboards, the templates, and we can, show the reports in more elegant way than PowerPoint. So because of this, because of all these qualities, MS Excel is used, widely across the globe. Apart from this, there is one more important thing. We can use programming language. To that extent, MS Excel is used. So I always prefer everyone, may it be a fresher, may it be a professional who is already working in some companies, please do learn MS Excel. Why I'm telling is MS Excel is one application, it's like a foundation for any other, to learn any other programming language or analysis tools. Okay, fine. Now, straight away, we'll go to MS Excel. We learned about what are the different applications in MS Office package. Then we also learned about the spreadsheet. Now what we'll do, we'll go to this MS Excel and learn about, understand about MS Excel versions. Most of the people have got this, doubts. People are working in various different versions. Let me just quickly ask you people a question. Which version you people are working? I want all of you to answer this. Which version of Excel or MS Office you are working? Quickly. People, I want you to respond. 2016, Satyanarayan, good, okay. Nandini, it is Windows actually. I'm asking about MS Excel. Okay. I'll talk about that also, Nandini, don't worry. 2019, very good. 2011, Yashwant, okay. 2016, 19, good. Okay. So some of you actually still get confused about the Windows and, the MS Office application. Windows is an operating system, okay. MS Office is an application which we use for, the task what I mentioned previously. Right, okay. Now stop typing. If you see, there are various different versions what people are actually mentioning. Some are mentioning MS 365, some are mentioning 2010 or 19, 16, different versions are actually mentioned. But let's understand what are the different versions available so that we'll understand and see how actually we can manage if I'm in a different version. The first version which came was 2000 actually, MS Excel 2000. Frankly, I've not seen how it is, but I think it was for some of the people to test it, or I don't know. But I started my career by using this 2003. From 2003 version, I'm actually using Excel, and I know each and every changes happened from 2003 till now what's happening. I was lucky enough to, to work on all the versions, except this, I've not seen this. From 2003, when it became public, I have worked in all the versions. Let me talk about this quickly. Then came 2007, 2010, 2013, 2016, 2019. Now we have 2021. So these version, did I miss anything? Let me just quickly check. Okay. These are the different versions what we have. 2003, when I worked, okay, the kind of layout or say the kind of options what we had was totally different from what we have now. From 2007, the entire application got changed. The layout, the look and feel, the way what we actually work completely got changed. If you see 2003 version, the layout was completely like menu driven actually. I don't have that application now. I think nobody's actually using that. But I'll tell you, 2003 version is so very helpful, so very handy and easy to use. And also people who wanted to learn macros, this version was so very good because we could record anything in Excel. But when it comes to 2007, Recording of macros was not proper. A lot of problems we had to face. A lot of bugs were there because it was a total change. It was a total change from 2003 to 2007. But after that, immediately they released 2010. After that, Excel again became more popular, and now it is one of the best tools. And I can say it is number one tool for analytics and reportings. All right. So what you see, all these are called as standalone. Standalone versions. All these are standalone versions. Let me mention here only. I'll tell you what is standalone. Standalone versions. When I say standalone versions, these applications, these versions, when I purchase and I install it, suppose if there are any updates, any new options which are implemented or say getting released, I have to go and purchase the new version. Now 2010, I have some new features. I purchased it, I installed it. Now Microsoft is releasing some more new features, and they're telling that will be available in 2013. Once it get released, I'll go to this 2013 version, and then I purchase it, and then I reinstall it, uninstalling this software. So it goes on like this. But in 2013, okay, in that period, I'm telling, they also released something called as MS Office 365. I'll mention it as MS Excel 365. Don't get confused, because MS Excel 365 is a part of MS Office 365 only. They released this MS Excel 365. So even I had a confusion, what is 365 and what are these different versions at that time. But after that, I understood immediately. 365 is nothing but the online version of the MS Office, wherein we get some cloud space. I can store all my data in the cloud itself. That means it is like an online application. That doesn't mean that we don't have offline applications. So this will be including offline and online as well. I'll show you how actually it will be used. What is the advantage of this? I'll tell you, this is subscription version. Now, what is subscription version? Subscription version means once we purchase, we don't have to keep installing the software again and again. If you take your mobile, you have an application. You install an application and you see every now and then you can see the updates happening. How is it happening? Because that will get updated online. Similarly, this MS Excel 365 is a subscription version. Once you purchase, if there are any updates, that will be keep getting updated automatically. You don't have to go and worry about it. Otherwise, also there is a button where we can say update the version. But how is this? Is it like lifetime? Once I purchase, then it's done? No, I told you it's a subscription version. You can subscribe either monthly, half yearly, or yearly, subscriptions. So you'll have to pay for that every year, but you don't have to install every time. So one time if you install, done. So you keep getting updates every time, the new updates are coming. But it's not that directly you will get. There are something called as beta versions, so where there are some certain people who actually work on that test, that they'll give some comments, and then after that, if everything is fine, then only it is released to the public. Okay. So likewise, but let's not go deep into that particular thing. So it is a subscription version. You don't have to bother. Now the question mark again comes whether we should purchase the standalone or the MS Excel 365. It is left to you, depending on your usage, depending on what kind of work you're doing, you can purchase the versions. But I prefer go for this 365 so that you get some space, you get some cloud space in the internet. Say you can also save your data so that you don't have to carry the data everywhere. You can just store anywhere, you can actually access it. And also you can give permission to the people, to other people who wants to access that particular file as well. All right. Now you might ask, then I am actually purchasing this, standalone version. Yes, it is also fine. You can purchase even this as well. There is no issues. We can still work, but the thing is, you'll not get the cloud space. All right. Okay. So now there is a question saying that which version has got Power Query inbuilt From 2016 and above, we have Power Queries. Okay. And Power Query is there. There is a topic for you people. I'm teaching you Power Query, Power Pivots, all advanced stuffs are also there. So don't worry, lot of things to discuss. We'll be going from scratch to advanced technologies. Even ChatGPT is also there for you people. I promised you that I'll be teaching you. That also I'll be teaching you people. Okay. Right. Now we understood about the versions, and there are some changes will be keep happening. Now, if you think you want to purchase the softwares, please understand your requirement and then only purchase. There are sometimes what happens, there are some people actually go for these cracked versions. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. That is left to you, because some people will be financially, they cannot afford 10,000, 15,000 and all. They go for say this cracked versions. I don't recommend, but still your situation, if it actually demands like that, please go ahead. I am no one to say, but I don't recommend the cracked versions, but still that is left to you. Though it is illegal to have the cracked versions, many of them actually use. So that topic I actually don't stress. That is left to you, how actually you can go ahead and install the application, right? Okay. So this is about the MS Excel versions. So don't worry, if you're working on any of these versions, say I'm working in 2010 version, don't worry, all the options available here in the next advanced versions, you can still work. But the thing is, every new versions, there will be new features, new options will be keep getting added. So you might miss that. Okay. So my preference, if you ask me, go for 365 so that you don't have to bother. So it might be little more, costlier than the standalone version, but don't worry, this version will be worth, because you don't have to bother about keep installing the application again and again. Okay. Right. Now let's see how our Excel looks. Okay. Now we'll say how to open MS Excel application. I know this is very simple thing. Everyone knows how to open this, but still I'll tell you professionally how actually you should start opening it. People, what they do, they'll go to the start button, okay, and they'll start searching. I don't have this habit actually. They'll be keep searching like this. You know what happens when it actually have more applications? You can see that I have so many applications installed because I work on so many softwares and tools. Now, if you go and keep checking here, it's very difficult for me to search. Instead, what I do is I'll press this Windows key and R. Windows key and R, you can see that there is one small window I get, that is the run command. Let me show you again. Windows key and R. Press Windows key plus R. Windows key. Done. So Windows key plus R. Then type, say, Excel in the text box. What is text box? Say I'll go here. You can see that this open. We have this text box here, this one. And say Excel. And press OK. That's it. Now you see, if I say OK, just observe, because the system is fast, the version will come and it will go very quickly. See, 365. I can see that my version is 365. Right. So this is the layout. Now what I'll do, I'll go here. So this is how actually you can open the MS Excel application. You can open other application also like this, but since we are working on MS Excel, let me show you again. Windows key plus R and type Excel and say enter. You can see that I'll get this MS Excel application. Now, quickly we'll understand about the layouts. Screen layout. Okay. So first what I get is welcome screen or start up screen. What is this? Let me tell you. Welcome screen is actually a screen. Once I open the application, I'll get this. And if you see, there are so many things here. And to remember this, if you think that it is difficult or say, it's confusing, nothing. I'll just tell you very quickly how actually you can remember all this. What are all this actually? First thing is, you can see there is a wish here. Good morning. It will say good afternoon. Depending on the time what you open, this wish will be there. This is actually given so that you feel very good. If someone wishes you, you feel very good, right? So that is the reason they've given this. So nothing to do. It's like, it's interacting with you, or say it is wishing you. Okay. If someone you meet, someone in the office or somewhere outside, if someone wishes you, say good morning, good evening, you feel very nice, right? So similarly, there is some wish here. So forget this. This will be keep changing depending on the time what, it'll be opening. The next one, what we have here, this is important for us. Here you can see blank workbook. I told you Excel is actually called as workbook. And here what we have is the templates. These are all predefined templates. We call it as predefined templates. So what are predefined templates now? Template means it is actually an organized, all completely, the say formatted Excel file or say workbook, wherein we just have to plug in the data. I just go copy the data from somewhere or import the data from somewhere and put that, and the template is ready. Let me see if I can open one of them. Let me click on this, create. Just I'm trying to open this. See, already this is available. I just have to go here. See, I have this activity 1, 2, 3, 4. I change this and I change all these values. This will get changed. So this is called as predefined template. But we are not here to, use these predefined templates, because we are here to become a data analyst, business analyst, or say data scientist or something. Then we'll have to understand these things, and we'll create these kind of templates from scratch. So that is what we are here. Right, but these templates are available. You can directly go, you can use it, plug in the data and start creating the reports as well. If you want more templates, you can click here. This will take me to the internet where I can use the templates which are available. You can download and we can work on that. So what we have here, this is recently opened files. There are so many recently opened files. When I keep opening the files will be keep getting piled up here. Suppose if you think I am actually working on some file, and that is actually frequently I'm using it, then what you can do, say when I open a file, that will open here and this will go down. Then again, like this, the stack, whatever is there, that will be keep going down, and then this one will vanish, and again, one more will come here. But if you think I'm actually working on something every day or every now and then, so what you can do is you can go here, you can pin this. You can see pin. When I say pin, you can see that it says formulas. I'll go here, I'll pin this. Once I pin this, this will be available here, pinned. Somewhere here it will be there, see formulas. Now this, whatever, the files I've pinned here, this will be available always. So whenever you think that I want to open, you don't have to go to that folder and open. You can go here, you can click on this and you can open this. Right. There is one more icon here that is shared. I told you we can share the files. When I say share, the file will be available in something called as OneDrive, which is nothing but the cloud. If I click on this, it will ask for login. I'm not logged in actually. So you can log in, you can share the file. And suppose if any others are sharing the file with you, that will be available here. So this is what the advantage of 365, where I can share the files or someone can share it with me. Simultaneously, we can work on that particular file. If it is standalone, we cannot share the file unless and until it is within the intranet. When I say intranet, within the organization, we can actually share, not through internet. That is for standalone version I'm talking. If it is 365, we have an option of sharing that in the internet so that anyone can actually access. But for that, we need to give permission. There are two ways what I can give permission. One is view and one is to read write. The people can actually read only or they can read write. Exactly what we have the option in Google Drive. If you go to the Google Sheets, there also we have this option where I can share or I can I can share it like to edit or to just view. Okay, same thing we can do here as well. Right. Next. Next, WhatsApp group link, people, I've already sent. Please check the chats. It's already there. Okay. All right. Now, if you see here, I have something called as account. Let me click on this account. This account is nothing but the application what we have installed. Okay, the version that will be shown here. All the details about the account, you can see that I have my username. You can see the product information about Microsoft. Here you can see mine, the application what I've installed is subscription product. You can see here it says Microsoft 365. Mine is Microsoft 365. I have all these application installed here. Okay. And I was talking about the updates. If you think that you want to update, you can go here. You can get the updates as well. It will update automatically. Suppose if you think that you want to update, you can go and you can click on this. It will take some time. If I click on this, it will take some time. So I will not do that. If you have this option, go and please click on this. You can also know about the version of Excel what you have installed. Then if you click on this, you'll get all the new options available at this point of time. Okay, see the most recently installed updates. That means every updates, whatever is there, that will be listed down so that you can know that what is the new features available in the this version, and you can learn that as well, because there'll be some help section as well. So this is what I was telling about the 365 advantage. Now here comes the look and feel of the screen. If you can go here, see, you can see that there are some changes happening in the right hand side. So whichever you feel, looking good, you can keep it. But I prefer no background because it is very decent and plain. So it looks good. If you think you want to change the color theme of the office background, you can go here. You can change it like this as well. Okay. I always keep it default, that is colorful. That is enough for me. So it prefers, so whatever you prefer, you can just go here and you can use it. Okay, good. So this is about the welcome screen. Now we'll go to this new option. Say here, okay, here we have this new. When I click on this new, I'll come to this Excel layout. This is the Excel screen. If you have already seen, it is fine. But if you're not seen, let me tell you, this is the Excel screen layout. So we have this welcome screen. After this, we have this MS Excel screen layout. So in this MS Excel, many of the people actually feel that a lot of things to remember here. It is very difficult to start working on this. Let me make it very simple for you people. MS Excel is very easy. Okay, right. Now, coming to one of the questions, I'm not sure whether that person is available here. I don't know who asked this question. There was a question saying that, what is the difference between Excel and advanced Excel? Okay, people, let me tell you one thing before I start this Excel layout. There is nothing called as advanced Excel. Okay, there is nothing called as advanced Excel, advanced Word, or anything advanced. It is all we people have categorized it depending on the experience, or say how much we have explored, how much we have worked. So what is that? Say MS Excel is an application. It is an application for you, for me, for everyone. The way I use the experience I have, the more I've explored, that actually categorized it as advanced or basic or intermediate. Now let's say I will talk about power pivots. If I say power pivots, there are a lot of DAX functions I can create. Now if I speak something like this, you people, if you don't know the topic, you might feel that it is advanced. There is something advanced. But for me, I feel that it is very basic because I've already explored it. For some of them here, they even don't know about the Excel layouts. Now, if I talk about something here, they feel that, oh, this is very advanced. I don't know about this topic. But for some of you who already explored or already worked on that, you might feel that is basic. So what I'm trying to tell you is, there is nothing called as Excel. There is nothing called as advanced Excel. It is all about how actually we categorize it. Okay. So if I show you, say for example, now I'm actually trying to work on say some pivot table. Okay. For some of them, pivot table is completely new. So they feel that it's advanced. But if I ask some of them who already worked, they say that it's very easy because we just have to select the range, go to this insert and click on this pivot table, done. It's very simple, it's very basic. So for some of them who doesn't know that, who have not explored, that looks advanced. So the categorization of these, the Excel, basic Excel, intermediate Excel, or advanced Excel, it depends on how much actually you explore, how much actually you experience it and work on. Okay. Now, don't worry about, I should learn advanced Excel or I should learn, basic Excel or intermediate Excel. But I'll tell you, people, learn Excel completely. If you learn Excel completely, everything is basic for you. If you don't learn, then there are some futures which might actually feel that it is advanced for you. But I'll tell you, there are some complex topics, complex calculations, formulas that you can say, but there is nothing called as advanced Excel. Advanced is what? Something which I don't know, which looks very difficult to work on, or say something which we have not explored. That's all, nothing else. Okay, so don't get confused. This is what I want to tell. But we actually use that word because when I say advanced, that means there are some more options to be used, or say some more techniques active use. That's all. Other than that, there is nothing called as advanced Excel as per me. I don't know about others, but for me, I feel that advanced Excel means not only advanced Excel, anything advanced is nothing but whatever we have, the topics, the options, the task which we have not explored, that is called as advanced. Once I explore, that will become basic. Okay. So if that person, I don't know, I forgot his name. If that person is there, so this is what I want to tell you today. So if I've answered it, please mention. I don't know who asked that, but there was a question yesterday. Okay. So there is one more question about Alteryx and Excel. I'll take that question. Let me was that you who asked that question? Prasanna Venkatesh, was that you who asked that question? Okay, fine. All right, so did I answer you, Prasanna? You got it? Okay. Praveen, I'll answer your question. Okay, let me finish this topic and then I'll answer your question about Alteryx and Excel. All right, so people, we have this layout. So let's understand about the screen layout. Let's go here. Let's divide this Excel screen layout into different parts. First one, what I have is ribbon. Okay, I'll tell you what it is, how actually it looks. Then we have formula bar. Then we have workspace. Then sheet tabs. And then status bar. Okay, right. That's all. If you remember this, the entire screen layout is this much. I'll tell you what it is. See, a ribbon. Where is that ribbon? See, this is ribbon. What you see here, this part. Let me see if I can actually use, people actually use something not so good in this. Let me just check to use this. Otherwise, I'll just ignore that. Draw. Okay, I got this. This one. Okay, I'm very poor in these things. Actually, I am good in explanation, but using all these options. See, this one, what you have, this is called as a ribbon. Okay, let me clear this now. Clear all drawings. Okay, this is good option actually. Right. So this is ribbon. The ribbon is actually, they will have different options. Let me tell you. A ribbon will be classified, it will have something called as tabs. Let me mention that. The ribbon will have tabs. So what are tabs? Tabs are nothing, but you can see that insert, page layout, formulas, data, all these are called as tabs. They're actually classified depending on the task. For example, if you want to insert something, you go here. Anything you want to insert in Excel, that will be available here. If you want to take printouts, I'll go to this page layout. Anything for printout to manage your layouts, then I can go here. I have this page layout. Anything related to formulas, you can go to this formulas. and you can use, there are so many options here. So one by one, we'll be learning all these tabs as well. If you go here, the tabs are actually classified depending on the task what we perform. Okay, depending on the task. Each tabs will have groups. Now, what are groups? Let's go here. Insert. I told you anything if you want to insert, that will be available in this insert tab. Now, if you see, I have charts. If you want to insert charts, I have this charts. There's a group for that. If you want to insert shapes or icons or something, if you go to this illustration, here you can see there are so many different things where I can insert. I want to insert pivot table or something. You can see that there is a group called as table. Here I have all these tables. Let's go to this formulas. See, I want to know about the formulas. Here I have something called as function library. There'll be so many functions. Likewise, if you go to any of these tabs, you can see different groups. Depending on the particular tabs, the task what you're doing, in that again, we can categorize something like this. So we call it as groups. So if you go here, I have this groups. Okay. All right. Next, each groups will have commands or command buttons. We say commands. Okay. So what are these commands? See, I'll go to this home tab. I have this B. B is for to make the the text, whatever the cells or text or whatever you have selected, it will make it bold. That means there is some program written behind that. This is a command. I want to align. I'll go here and click on this. It will align the text what we have, or say the value what we have in the cell. You go to insert. If I click on this chart, the chart will get inserted. That means these are all commands. Okay, these are all commands. So if you go and check this in the screen layout, we have this ribbon. The ribbon is actually having different tabs. The tabs are actually classified depending on the task what we perform. In each tab, there are different groups, and in each groups we have different commands. Okay, all right. This is about the ribbon. Next, the formula bar. Why are we using this formula bar? Formula bar, most of the people actually feel that the formula bar is actually used for writing the formulas only. No, we can type the text as well. See, I'll go here, select this formula bar. Here, I'll say, this is the course for data analytics. See, can you see that? If I say enter, the text has been typed here. If you want to modify, I can go here. See, I can still modify this data analytics. We also have career guidance in this course. See, we can modify that. Not only that, I can go to this cell, double click, see, I can edit this like this. That will get edited in the formula bar as well. So formula bar is actually used for writing formulas. Along with that, we can also type text. We can resize this. See, move your cursor like this. You can resize like this. Suppose if you think I want to bring back the the width of this, say the height of this formula bar, there is one small arrow here. Okay, here towards your right hand side, you can see there is one small arrow. Click on this. This will get resized like this. All right. Along with this, I also have one address bar. The address bar, what you see here, this one will actually help us in knowing on which cell I have clicked. You can see that it says I-14 or something like this. See? Right? The formula bar contains two bars actually, formula bar, wherein we can type the text or formulas. And another one is address bar. This is also called as name bar. That we'll discuss in our further classes. Why it is called as name bar, I'll tell you. Workspace is the main thing in Excel actually. Workspace. What is that? If you see this is the workspace. I can tell this is the heart of Excel because anything we work, right from storing of the data, creating charts, inserting, say, images, pictures, logos, shapes, or doing some analysis, everything we are doing in this particular workspace. This workspace will have columns. What you see here, this one column, this one, this is called as column. vertical thing, whatever you select, this is called column. Don't get confused with columns and rows. Let me tell you what you see. This one, the vertical, what I'm selecting, this is column. This is row, like this. This one, the horizontal one. I'll talk about the limitations and things like that in the further, in some other classes. We have a lot, we have limitations for the number of rows and columns that I'll talk to you in detail when you come to this workspace, when we have this detailed discussion about this. So as of now, just keep in mind, the columns are named A, B, C, D, and it goes on like this. After Z, it will be A, it goes on. So since we'll be working on this for next couple of months, so I'll be teaching you in detail about all these things as well. So as of now, we just understand that in workspace, we have columns, we have rows, and we have cells. Apart from this, what are cells? These are cells. The technical word what we use is, this is cell. If I select this is called as a range. Okay, so cell will say range. Then can I call this as cells? Yes, you can call it as cells, no problem. But technically we call it as range. When I select the group of cells, it is called as a range. Okay, right. Next, the sheet tabs. Can you see this? Here I have the sheet tabs. These sheet tabs, when I click on the C, I can insert the sheet tab like this. Again, I'll talk about these sheets. There are so many things to work on this sheets as well. See, I'll go here, right click and say delete. I can delete the sheets like this. I can again insert. You can see the serial number. The serial number are generated. Say, for example, now I have this sheet 5. If I delete, I'll not get again sheet 5. The next one will be sheet 7, sheet 8. It goes on like this. Right? If you want to rename, double click on this and rename. Say, like this. You can rename this. If you want to shade, right click, say tab color. You can just go here, give any of this color. Let's say I'll give this color. See, you can shade. If you think this, this sheet is confidential, right click and say hide. You can hide this. To unhide, right click and say unhide. You can see that I have this sheet. Select that and say okay. It will unhide. Right. After that, we have the status bar. Here we have the status bar. Status bar is a bar where it will show me the status of what's happening in the workspace. For example, you just see, I'll type. See, when I start typing, it says enter. This is the Excel class. When I say enter, see, now it says ready. That means you're ready for another, cell to be typed, or whatever task you want to do. Let me select this. I'll say copy. See, Control C. You see that? Select destination and press enter or choose paste. See, I'll say enter. See. So what's happening in the workspace, that what it will be showing here. Now let me type some number. Okay, some number randomly I've just typed. I'll select this. You can see that I'm getting all the calculations here. The average, count, okay, numerical count, minimum, maximum, sum, everything is actually available. Immediately we'll get the calculation here. Now suppose if you think I don't want all these calculations, I want to remove something, right click, you can see there are so many options here. Whichever you don't want, say I don't want this numerical count, I can remove this. I don't want this average count. I want only sum. See, now if I select, I'll get only sum. If you think I need them back, go here, say I want average, count. See, right? Okay, suppose, okay, there are a lot of things actually. If you right click, there are so many different options. If anybody wants to learn in detail about this, we actually cannot, it takes a lot of time to teach everything here. If anybody wants to learn the entire status bar in detail, I have some videos in my YouTube channel. Okay, if anybody wants to subscribe, want to learn something, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There are a lot of hundreds of tips and tricks on Excel. You can go, you can check that. You can subscribe to my channel. It is actually called as iTech Analytics Solutions itself. Okay, at iTech Analytics Solutions. You can go, you can check that. If you think it's good, you can subscribe as well. A lot of files are there. to download, and you can work on. A lot of videos are also there, which is like which I have experienced. Okay, so those things are there. If you think you need it, you can go and you can subscribe that. Okay. All right. So this is about the screen layout for today. Okay, let me just say sheet tabs. We can insert say, sheets. This notepad I'll be updating there. Status bar to know the status. This I'll be sending you. Okay. All right. So this is what I have for today. But tomorrow we have some practical sessions. That is, we'll start learning about how actually we can create the list, how actually we can copy and paste in different manner. That is paste special. How actually we can see tomorrow. I'll be telling you about how we can create a simple dashboard as well, just by copying and pasting. Okay, not a complete dashboard, a simple dashboard where we have a lot of data which we paste the values as a picture and linked picture. Okay, there are so many people who have not explored this. Okay, there are a lot of things where we can actually create a picture with a linked picture. Actually, when I update somewhere the data, the picture also should get updated. So we use these pictures for some reason. I'll tell you what is that. That you'll understand tomorrow. Okay, for dashboard there are some time where we cannot format the data properly, format the table properly. For that, what all problems we have faced and what we have done, that I'll be discussing tomorrow, so that will actually help a lot of people who are into this dashboards, reportings, for those kind of people, right? Okay. So I will stop here, and now I will make you people ask questions. There was one question actually. So people, before I take the questions, Praveen, I'll come back to you with the questions. Before I take the questions, I want all of you to message and tell how was today's session. Quickly, I want you to take 1 minute, not more than that. How was today's session? Good. Very good. Okay. Now, one more question I'll ask. We have spent, say, 1 hour. Okay. Every day you're also coming early morning. I know it is very difficult for some of them to attend the sessions. Are you learning something from these sessions? Be frank. Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. So I can see a lot of people are actually showing interest. People, I'll tell you, everything is important. I know most of them are actually working on Excel, but still there are so many unexplored options. Okay. Right. So every day when you come, at least 1% you should feel that, yes, I learned something new today. Because spending 1 hour is not just in a simple thing. It's like 60 minutes, right? It can be sometimes more than that as well. So I will tell all of you, don't waste time. If you are getting some opportunities, I know there are some people who actually conduct webinars and they say something and they don't do that, and people get disappointed. And I've seen many webinars also. So when you actually get some of the classes like this, what we are actually doing, where we actually conduct training so that we can give the knowledge. So try to utilize that. Okay. Right. Now, let me take quickly a few questions because already time. So there was already a question. So let me take that. So what is the difference between Excel and Alteryx? Okay. So that was the question. I think it was Pawan who actually asked, Praveen, sorry. The difference between Excel and Alteryx. See, Excel is an application wherein we have, I mentioned all these things, that is spreadsheet where we can store the data and things like that. But Alteryx is actually a application which is used for editing the data. When I say editing, say for example, now if you want to clean the data, or say if you want to edit the data, then I'll be using this Alteryx. Alteryx is mostly used when we are actually working in Tableau. Okay. When Tableau actually started their own applications, Tableau didn't had an application for cleaning the data. So whatever data is there outside, it was just connecting and it was taking the data. This they got an application developed that is data, what is the Tableau prep actually? Tableau preparation, say Tableau data prep, data preparation actually. So what this Tableau data prep will do is it does the same thing what Alteryx will do. So previously, before this Tableau data prep, that is the data preparation tool they used to use this Alteryx for cleaning the data. Now they have their own application for working on this, that is Tableau prep, which actually does the same thing like what Alteryx does. It is used for editing the data. And again, if anybody wants to learn a data prep, that is Tableau prep, there is a course mentioned in the what is that YouTube channel as well. You can go and you can check. There are a lot of things actually in my YouTube channel. Go and check that. That is there. But Alteryx, I have not worked. I know about Alteryx, but I've not worked. I don't know how to give a complete detailed information about Alteryx, but I'll tell you, Alteryx is actually used for editing the data. So that's what I can actually say. Praveen, did I answer you? Praveen? Yeah. Sir, for the weekend session, do we have to register differently or we can access it from here only? No, that is completely different. Okay. See, the people, don't get confused. This is actually a complete course organized by ITIS Asare, wherein you'll be getting the course completion certificate as well. Okay. This is a course. This is something like you've joined some course actually. Instead of paying, you have joined, instead of paying, you joined free. That's all. The whatever you are getting this in the course, that you are getting here only, but this will be completely free, which is organized by ITAS Asare. Weekend with experts is something where every weekend we keep giving new topics. Okay, we keep giving new topics. That is completely different, and that is like one-time registration. Every weekend you can use the same link. There will be a link which will be keep getting updated, so you can use that link. Okay. Right. Now there is a question, sir, can you brief cloud space and server? Okay, this is completely technical things, but let me just brief you what is cloud space and server. Server and cloud space are same, okay? But when you talk about the server within the premises, that is in a company, we have a server where we can use it for intranet, that is within the organization only we can connect. Cloud space is some of the organizations, some of the companies actually provide space in their company where it can be used. Say, for example, now the cloud space means it's a space somewhere we don't know where it will be. Okay. But we can use it for our purpose. So instead of having physical server in our premises, in our company, I am purchasing some space in some other company where they provide this server. So this server what I purchase is like, for my organization, I can use it and I can actually share it within the organization as well. So this can be accessed through internet as well as intranet as well. But when I say the physical server what I have within the premises, that is only for that company and that can be connected through intranet. Gangadhar, did I answer you? Right. Gopi Shivaraman is asking, as we freshers, are we able to understand upcoming chat GPT class? People, let me confirm and clarify one thing to all of you. Okay. I don't know what's running in most of the people's mind about this chat GPT. Okay. I don't know because I'm seeing so many people misguiding saying that chat GPT, chat GPT, chat GPT. If you don't learn, your jobs are gone. If you don't learn, you'll not be there in the industry. People, I'll tell you, first of all, understand what is chat GPT. Please try to understand that. Chat GPT is nothing related to any of your applications, what you're learning. It is something which will help you to understand. Now, let's say I'm sitting here, you're asking me a question, I'm answering you, right? You're asking a question now. You ask me some question, I'm answering you. That is all chat GPT. You are asking some question, it will give me the answer. But the thing is, it is very advanced that it can give any answers. Understood? So don't think that say chat GPT is very advanced or something. Chat GPT is nothing. It is just a bot, the artificial intelligence bot. Now, what you're actually asking me, I'm able to answer you because I can understand. The same thing this chat GPT will do. What it will do is I'm asking a question. It is giving me that answer in detail. It will give me the answer for anything. Okay, so that will not take away your job. But what I'm actually telling you is try to improve your skills so that you're there in the industry. These things were already there. I explained when computers came into industry, computer came, in all the companies. Many people actually felt that our jobs are gone because computer will actually, do everything. But still people are getting jobs. Why? Because to use that someone should be there. But people who doesn't learn, people who doesn't upgrade themselves, that is where they will lose the job. Understood, all of you? Gopi Shivaraman, did you understand what I'm actually telling? Sir, I want to attend the sessions. I also want to attend the session, so can you please share the session link on our group also, sir? I also want to attend. Okay, that I've already sent, Bhavesh. I've already sent. Okay, so in the group I've already sent. Please connect. Right, people. Um, Let me end the session. It's already getting late for me. But overall, how are you feeling about this class? About me, about my training, and how actually you are feeling about the sessions you have joined? Anupama, I'll share the um, WhatsApp link. 1 minute. Let me just share. Already shared. Let me just again share it with you. Yeah, this is the WhatsApp group. Good. So all are happy, right? All are happy. You feel that you have that confidence. I want all of you to have that confidence. Now you're getting that confidence. Don't worry about the attendance. Every attendance is recorded in the Zoom application. We'll get that. Okay. In the Zoom application, automatically we'll get that people who have joined. So that will be there. Okay. That you don't worry. So all are having that confidence now that I can also become a data analyst. WhatsApp group just now I sent, right? See, this is a WhatsApp group. I want all my students to be active. I want all my students to show interest, and I want all my students to have confidence. Okay. This is what I always tell. Technology, technology, applications, tools, they keep changing. They keep coming. You have to upgrade. But keep in mind your interest, your confidence, your behavior, your attitude should be actually monitored and polished by yourself. That is what you have to do. Okay. Before leaving, let me tell you one more thing. See, all of you just see here. Anything if you want to learn, anything. Okay. Right from Excel to any technologies or personally or anything, explore. Explore things, explore the topics. Even if you're not working on that, say, for example, now go back home, go back to your system. See, I'll go here, say home. What all things are available? Page layout, what all things are available? Data, what all things are available? Just explore, don't work. Just explore what options are available. If you know what options are available, then working on that is very easy. Now let me go back. Explore, and after that, once you feel confidence, yes, there are some things which I can actually work, then experience. What is experience? You have to work on that. After exploring, once you feel confidence, start experiencing it. That is, start practicing it, start working on it. Then no one can stop you becoming expert. Understood? This is the policy, this is the motto, this is the thing what I followed since my since I started my career, or say even in the school days also. Explore, experience, and no one can stop you becoming expert. So this is what I follow. If you think it is good, please follow. You think it's relevant? Do you think it is correct what I said, people? No answer? Yeah. So I want all of you, okay, motivate yourself. How much ever I teach, it is you who have to practice. It is you who have to master. It is you who will get a good job, and it is you who will enjoy your salary if you get, good salary. Okay. No one will actually, help you when you're in difficult stage. Only thing is they can give some free advice. That's all. But I'm telling you, make sure that you will motivate yourself. you will start practicing, you will start experiencing it, and then get a job, a good job, you get more salary, you will the one will be enjoying it. Okay, right, people. So I'll take a leave now. So thank you so much for today's session. So tomorrow we have still more interesting topics. We'll work on that. Okay, take care, all of you. Bye bye.